Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2023 World Cup Rugby broadcast, where we will be celebrating the 200-year anniversary of rugby and talking about the history, how to play, notable players, and more. In the year 1823, only a few years before football was made, a man named William Webb Ellis was the creator of rugby at Rugby University. He created rugby by picking up a soccer ball in the middle of a soccer game, and then all players were allowed to use their hands during the soccer game, which created the sport. It's much different because the soccer ball is a completely different shape, and a lot of other rules have evolved since then. But William Webb Ellis never got to compete professionally or at the Olympic level. But to commemorate him, they named the World Cup trophy, the trophy that the players will be playing for today, after him, the Webb Ellis Trophy. Now, rugby is a thriving sport and has been in the Olympics for over 125 years. It's such a good sport because of its lighthearted culture and because of the players who play it. The players love the lighthearted culture in the game and all the singing and drinking and partying that comes with it. And here, all the fans in the audience will be doing the same thing, partying and singing in the crowd, supporting their favorite team. Because of the aggressive nature of rugby, the sport requires a lot of equipment and a lot of safety. A lot of the equipment is similar to other sports like head padding, mouthpiece, body padding, and cleats. One of the most important of these is the mouthpiece because it protects from all oral injury. Rugby is at the forefront of equipment innovation with the mouthpiece because of their large donations of millions of dollars to the research of the smart mouthpiece made by Hit IQ. The mouthpiece is so smart because it can detect concussions and it can tell you on your phone when a concussion happens and how many notable impacts you have during the course of any given game. Moving forward to how the game is played, each team in a traditional Rugby 15s game has 15 players. The game takes 40 minutes per half, and there's no blocking allowed, and to score, you have to place the ball in the end zone. After you place the ball in the end zone, the team is allowed to kick a field goal, which will be worth 1 point to the additional 5 points you earn from the touchdown. Every touchdown is called a try in the sport. In a rugby, some of the strategies that evolved because of the loose nature of the sport are lineouts, where players will throw teammates up in the air to catch the ball. Mauls, where players will tangle their shoulders and hit the other team so they can acquire the ball. Rucks, where they'll do everything they can in their power not to put their knee on the ground so they can get the ball. And scrum attacks, where they'll pile up with many other teammates to get the ball after an out-of-bounds play. In a rugby sevens game, the whole game is only 14 minutes long, which makes the whole thing a lot more intense. A lot of the penalties that happen in a normal rugby 15s game don't happen in a normal rugby sevens game because of this. As for the two teams who will be playing today, South Africa, who was ranked number 1 coming into the tournament, and New Zealand, who was ranked number 3 coming into the tournament. These two teams are very notable because of their great history in the sport, and South Africa is the returning champion of the league. South Africa's best player, Siya Kolisi, is regarded as the best player in the world because of this. But his future is not as bright as his past has been. Siya Kolisi, as a child, was born into a teenage parent household, with his mother only being 16 years of age, and his father never really being in the picture. Even because of this, Although this happened, Sia Colosi still was raised in a really good household, and his mom tried her best, to do what she could for the family. At the age of 14, Sia Colosi earned his way onto a club team for rugby, and because of this, he got a full ride scholarship to the high school. This is so important because in South Africa, secondary education isn't paid for by the government, and you have to pay for it yourself. This would become even more crucial to his life, though, as 2 years later, his mother would pass away through unexplainable reasons. This forced him to live in his grandma's house, which was only a 2-bedroom household, but occupied 5 people. Now, though, after Sia Colosi earned his way onto the South Africa team, he's one of the most successful rugby players of all time. And he's regarded as one of the best of all time, too. Some of the things he values most are the endorsements that he earned and the movie that he earned. But above all of them is his foundation that he made to support kids in South Africa who go through the same things that he did as a kid. Thank you all for listening to the broadcast, and we hope you are all excited for the for the coin flip to start off the 200-year anniversary of the World Cup broadcast.